Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Kate Curtis at your service here, talking about 75 Hard. Did it again. It's the best. God, it's so good. The first time I did it, didn't think I could do it, and I didn't fail once. I just kind of knocked it out, which was amazing. And then I was curious to start it again this time because last time I found that I was incredibly focused and motivated, and you get addicted to feeling really good. And I wasn't sure what was going to happen the second time. Oh my gosh, you click right back in. I did fail because I chose not to do dairy for the dietary qualification, and I found some hidden dairy in the food I was eating. So that was annoying because I was like a week in already, but whatever. And I apologize, they are tearing up the road outside. So it's Miami. I'm grateful because if there is another hurricane or something, that's going to keep us from floating away. But I did fail this time after 7 days. But I mean, it's really just about the habits. I don't know how Andy Frisella, he's the one who wrote the program, and I don't know how he chose all of these aspects, these like 5, well really 6 requirements, but they really touch on every single part of your life, that when that part of your life is like tuned up, it's a high. So I've had a couple people text me, DM me, moms who want to get started, and they're like, this just seems overwhelming. And I'm like, okay, well, don't eat the sandwich in one bite. Like, let's talk about this. First of all, just start. They're like, I'm afraid I'm going to fail. And I'm like, whatever. You're going to fail. Then you just keep doing it. Whatever. People do it fail like 7 times. Like, what is fail? You tried. You're fine-tuning. You're honing in. Like, it's fine. So, the first thing, diet. Never really had a problem with that. Maybe as a nutrition consultant, I've always just played with my diet, whether it was when I had cystic acne, and so I started not eating dairy then, or playing around with not eating glyphosates or gluten. Like, that's always just something I'm okay with. So I would say for someone who is going to start doing 75 Hard, if you're not going to count macros and you're not going to like weight lift and go that route, if you are a mom with kids or someone who has a very active lifestyle and wants to try this, I would say make it something easy that you can tell a waiter. So no dairy is an option. I did this last time. I did no fried foods except for French fries, which I didn't even have that much of, but like no chips, no like fried chicken, which I didn't realize, like chicken tenders. Anyway, like no fried food. So you could do like no gluten. Those are just a couple options where you're going to be ravenously hungry. And when it's a one-liner like that, I think it's just easy to stick to. It was challenging at Mexican food restaurants when I wanted chips and guacamole, but sliced cucumbers, carrots, you figure it out. The second stipulation is 2 45-minute workouts a day. One of them has to be outside. I just built this into a lifestyle and they can be walks outside. So like wake up in the morning and just go for a walk. We know Huberman Lab says that getting that light, that first early morning light in your eyes is good for your eyes, good for your circadian rhythm. There's just so many benefits of getting up and out of the house. So headphones on or not, podcast or not, just first thing in the morning, go for a walk, knock out 45 minutes, done. Then the second workout, I would either choose like a Pilates class, a yoga class, or ladies, when you're on your period and your uterus wants to fall out, just do another second 45-minute walk. If you're doing all you can, you're doing all you can. Like, the point is to have the discipline to get your heart rate up, to sweat, so whatever that is for you. Also, I think is like a blood type A person, slamming steel does not work for my dosha. I am not a HIIT workout person. It does not serve me. Literally, if you read about blood type A, like, I should do Tai Chi. Please. Whatever. see how you go. It's your season you're in. So, 2 45-minute workouts, one outside. But that's like an easy thing, I think, with your kids. You can do like walk in the morning, sunset walk with the family at night, whatever you need to do. Gallon of water. I know it's the overpriced Stanley Cup, but this thing is so helpful. I have a gallon water jug because I use a water purifier, a distillation machine, so it makes a gallon. So that's how I kept track. But otherwise, the Stanley 40 ounce, it's like 3.3, I think, of these things. So biggest suggestion I have is hit it hard in the morning. Like just drink as much water as you can before noon, because there's nothing worse than you forgetting. And there was a few times I was chugging water right before I went to bed, which of course means you wake up in the middle of the night to go tinkle. It's so annoying. Anyway, so just slam as much as you can in the morning. That's my tip for that one. Read 10 pages. I did right before I went to bed. I thought that was going to be the most challenging piece because I'm not a really big reader. I can't say that growing up you would ever find me. My sister was in like great books. She loved that stuff. I was like, I'll do your math homework and your science homework. Can you do my English work? But I would recommend before bed. I don't know, in the morning, I just feel like I want to get up and out. But it helps you wind down. So yes, I would come home from clubs when I was out partying, drinking soda and lime juice at like 2 a.m. and read 10 pages. It's not that hard. I would recommend starting with Atomic Habits though, because every chapter is 10 pages. It's like they did it together. And also, it's about habits. So it's perfect. It's like as you're starting to incorporate this new lifestyle, you've got this book, it's telling you it's perfect. Atomic Habits is the best start. Selfie a day, progress pic, that was the hardest. I don't quite often find myself half naked in front of a mirror and a camera. It's just not something that has worked out in my life that way, but I would recommend highly, if you can keep the place consistent for the first and the last, you'll love your life. If you can keep your outfit consistent and the same for the, not consistent, wash your clothes, but the same for the first and the last, it's crazy how much your body changes, and it's just so impactful to see them side by side. And the last two, no cheat meals, no alcohol. The alcohol is what gets pretty much everyone. Y'all, it is not that hard. It's crazy in the first 2 weeks when you sit down with your friends or you sit down at your place where you always have a Sauvy Blanc, Sauvy V, or you always get a margarita and you have to pivot and think, and then you pretty quickly get out of that habit. And it was to the point where I finished, and my habit now still is just to ask for like Pellegrino with a shot of lime juice in it or something like that. Like, mocktails are fun, but you just get so used to not drinking. And I know that sounds crazy. Listen, my brother-in-law has a vineyard. Like, I get it. I used to have a blog, Travel Tans and Tequila. I get it. But like, you get so addicted to feeling good. You get so addicted to waking up and not having a hangover. And it's not to say I've kept through with that. I had 2 glasses of Prosecco to celebrate when I finished with my girlfriends. And then I had 2 glasses of Prosecco like Friday night. Today's Monday. And a friend of mine gave me a shot of tequila. And I will tell you, the next day did not go well. My body's just done with it. I did so much detoxing. I was doing like gallbladder flushes. I was doing all kinds of stuff to really take that 75 days hard. You don't have to go that extreme. I just always, let's see how bad it can get. So at least when I'm talking to people, I can be like, okay, this is how to do it in a normal way. But yeah, I think I'm going to do another 30 days. I might strive for the Live Hard program. But I will say every day I'm still drinking a gallon of water. I'm still reading 10 pages. I'm going for at least 1 walk, if not 2. It's become a habit to schedule the classes, to do the things. eating fried food even, like you don't want to go back to it because you feel so good. This sounds crazy, but just want to give my recap on it. Definitely download the app as well. The app will like change your life. You will end up having nightmares. Oh yeah, on more than one occasion I had nightmares where like I went to a party and I asked for like a LaCroix, whatever, like a Spindrift, and someone gave me something. I didn't look, I opened it and it was alcohol and I was like, I have to start over. You're gonna have one of those nightmares. But get the app, it'll remind you to do everything. Again, I definitely like but I would be reading right before I went to bed and I'd be like, oh no, I didn't do the selfie. It's like I'm half naked holding things, like okay, whatever. Get the app to remind you to do stuff, to check it off every day, and just do it. It's the best.